welcome back to my channel.
And mine.
We're doing that thing where we try and record. Maybe I'll move you over there. Hang on.
I don't like the angle of me on that at all.
Oh,
That's all right.
that works. We've
That
got one camera
works.
above the other.
Yeah, that works better.
We thought we'd do this thing where we record on both videos, on both. God, what am I trying to
Phones.
say? Both phones.
Cameras.
I prefer that.
Cool. You're not really in it then?
I'm going to be.
Okay.
Here I come.
Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on both channels. You'll see this on my channel and...
Yes, also mine. If it looks familiar, if you're thinking, well, I'm sure I just saw this on Caroline's channel.
You did. We're
You
putting
did.
the exact same video up on both channels.
Although we're each going to edit our own, so you might get a slightly different edit. So I might leave in the bits where Caroline sneezes and scratches her bum and says silly things, and she might do the same on hers. So
Sorry for my sunglasses. It's a bit bright and
shall I
I've got
put mine
runny
on?
eyes
Maybe the Blues
today.
Brothers.
We can do if you like. Will you be able to say you're going to put them on over the top of your other glasses?
They are my over-the-top sunglasses.
Over the top sunglasses?
Yeah, they are popovers.
Yes, I realise that. It's just it's
because
it's
I am
got
over
two
the top.
meanings.
Yes, I am over the top.
Anyway, we thought we'd chat about the recent Mounjaro price increases,
Yes.
which obviously
I don't need those.
isn't great news.
So yeah, it was in the news, and bear in mind I have had several different conversations with about several different people, and I've ended up with several different viewpoints on why it's happening. But maybe Caroline has facts rather than opinions. They have basically said that the price of Mounjaro is going to be, at one point they suggested it was going to be almost trebling.
Yes, the original figure was 170%, wasn't it? 170% increase, which would have brought it up to, in the higher doses, around £500 a month, I think we worked it out as.
Yeah.
Now, not all the providers have so far released their new prices. However, the ones that have are fairly at a level, aren't they? My provider hasn't, yours has.
Yeah.
And basically we're both on currently I'm on 10 milligrams, you're
I'm
about to start 10
10,
milligrams, and it's going to be around £300 a month. Am I correct? The MedExpress prices.
Yeah.
As I say, my provider hasn't yet released their prices, and some have, some haven't, but I'm sure all the ones that have done are pretty much for muchness, which is a big old wedge of money, is it not?
For me, it's unmanageable. I cannot possibly contemplate paying £300 a month for a pen, no matter how much I might like to. And also for me, there's the added kind of issue that it hasn't had the magic wand effect that I might have hoped for. I have lost some weight on Mounjaro, but here I am almost 8 months in and I'm only just 2 stone down. There's an element of, well, you don't want to lose it too fast, do you? Because you lose it too fast. But I did want to lose it faster than this. Natalie, in almost the same time span, is 5 stone down.
Natalie is Carla's daughter, for anyone on my channel. Oh, I should also say as well, for anyone on my channel who doesn't know Carla, this is my friend Carla. Her channel is CARLA JENKINS.
And for anyone on my channel who doesn't know Caroline, this is my friend Caroline Mrs. M, and her channel is Caroline Mrs. M. And I'll link it below.
Yes, I'll link it below as well. But yeah, we've both been on Mounjaro I started October last year. You were on it as well at that time, but you didn't talk about it till later, did you?
Didn't mention it on my channel for a little while because I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I started September. I took it for about 6 weeks, and I had to stop because I was really, really unwell for a while, and I had to stop completely and let my digestive system reset. And then I started again in January, and have been continuous since January with it. You've had the success that you wanted, haven't you, I think?
Yes, I have lost slowly and sustainably, and I didn't ever talk about having a long-term plan. I still need to lose a couple of stone, and please don't leave comments saying you don't need to lose any more weight. It's my body, my choice, and I know.
And you don't see her nude. Nor do I. I've realised how that sounds.
That being said, if you watch Carla's videos and you saw her weekly waffle with me pushing her mum in a wheelchair last week and saw my bottom pushing her up that hill, you will know that I do need to lose some more weight. That was not a good angle.
But the fact that you were able to push up that hill was good, though. The fact that you were able
yes,
to push
to
up
be
that
fair,
hill,
this time last year
I
I probably wouldn't have been able to, so
yeah,
that's good. So yes, I have had some weight loss, but I still want to continue to lose weight. And inside my head, if I'm honest with myself, I sort of had a plan that I would drop back down to the lowest dose, and I was prepared to stay on Mounjaro indefinitely if I felt that I needed to. to avoid putting the weight back on. The recent price increases have had put a different complexion on that, I'll be honest. And I've got a nugget of worry in my brain about that now.
Whereas I haven't even really had the results that I might have hoped for, and was still very much, I feel like I'm still only in the middle of my journey, a long way to go. I'm just about to go up to 10 milligram. The top dose is 15, so you can go 10, 12 and a half, 15, and in my mind I would continue until I was getting what I needed, and now it's looking like my journey's going to have to come to an end.
Yeah, have you got a couple of pens in
I
stock?
have one pen in the fridge that I'm about to start. I'm not sure if I have to take a dose tonight, and I can't remember if there's one 7.5 gram left in my old pen, in which case I've got one more week of that, and then I start the 10 next week, or whether I'm starting the 10 tonight, I can't remember. And I've got one on order, but because of the price hike and the panic buying, the orders are delayed.
Yeah.
So essentially I will have 2 more months of Mounjaro, and they will be 2 months at 10 milligram. And then I would need to decide whether I stay at 10, go to 12, or my original plan was to titrate back down.
Yeah.
When I'd reached it, but I won't be able to afford to do that either. I will not be able to afford to go back down through the doses. So
yeah, I think a lot of people are going to find that. I mean, because obviously it is, the price difference is the difference between people being able to afford it and not.
I don't want to come off cold turkey. They say you shouldn't just, stop dead and come off. You should work your way back down. But sorry, a lady caught my eye. She's walked past the front of the car wearing a top that's almost the same as Caroline's dress, except she's got cherries instead of lemons.
I can tell you that is also from yours clothing, my dresses as well, because they do a cherry version as well. Fun fact.
I was like, oh, she's got...
Yes, so there's that issue as well with the sudden price increase.
Titrating down won't be an option for me.
No, unless you use the pens you've got to titrate back down by doing fewer clicks, which you can do. This is, none of what we're talking about is medically.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not medical
advice in any way, shape or form. It is a prescription drug, and you must only do what you're comfortable with doing. We are not offering any
You should
sort of
always
advice.
use prescription drugs as you are instructed to by the provider.
Yes. Anyway, I've got one pen that I already had before the prices went up that I haven't started yet. I'm due to start this week. And I also was able, my provider doesn't make you go 20 days between ordering doses, and you can order 2 at a time. So I was also able to buy 2 more pens, but to get in before the price increase. So I have 3 unused 10 milligram pens. I'm thinking, and there's another reason for this as well as the price increase, I think I'm going to go back down to 7.5. The other reason for this is that I was very unwell over the weekend, and I say very unwell, that is probably an exaggeration. I had a lot of stomach pain to the extent that I spent a lot of the weekend in bed. I think some of it was my own fault, I'll be honest. We went to London last week, I ate a lot, I drank a lot, and it doesn't play nicely with 10 milligrams of Mounjaro in my system, I don't think. And I also delayed my next dose because I was going to London by 4 days, so I don't know if that had a knock-on effect as well, but I'm pretty much blaming myself for that rather than the Mounjaro. But it's also put me off a little bit staying at the 10 milligrams, that and the price increase.
Yeah, I think if I had had the flying results that I would hope for, I would be less disappointed by this. There seems to be mixed opinions amongst my friends about why it's being done. It's imported from America, and several people have said, it's because of Trump's tariffs and whatever, and Trump's decided to put the price up because the NHS have agreed to buy it for 12 years or something like that. But I don't know how much of that is factual. I don't know what it feels like in my head is that they've got half the world feeling reliant on it. I don't want to use the word addicted because I don't think
you don't mean medically
it's
addicted.
more of an emotional addiction, isn't it, than a medical?
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. It's been, for me, but you've had success calorie counting as well in the past.
For Natalie, it's been life-changing.
Yeah, for your daughter, it's been life-changing. Yeah. For me, it's been absolutely life-changing. So, yeah, it does sort of get you hooked on something that finally works for you after years of trying to do something. It feels very cynical, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels as though they've waited till everybody was on board and going, this is great, it works, this is great, I love it, and then going, haha, now it's almost 3 times the price.
That having been said, it is true that we did have it the cheapest in anywhere in the world. I think it's more expensive in Ireland, it's more expensive in the rest of Europe, it's certainly more expensive in America, but it aren't all drugs. So, perhaps it was always going to be that they were going to bring us in. It's just difficult to know, isn't it, how much of what we're told is true and how much of it is just social media conjecture.
It's disappointing. It's very disappointing because I'm still at the point where I'm hoping that once I get to 10 milligram, perhaps it'll really kick in. Once I get to 10 milligram, perhaps the weight will start falling off. Perhaps this is because everybody says once you get to the higher doses, when you get the higher doses, and so I think I've taken a long time getting there. I've taken it because I've gone up very, very gradually because I was so unwell.
Yeah.
And I've had some periods of being unwell. I've taken it as a very gradual increase in the dosage because I didn't want to push my system by being unwell. And now I'm like, maybe I should have gone up sooner. Maybe I should have done this quicker. Maybe I should have.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about Wegovy because a lot of people see, looking at the Facebook groups and so on. I'm not in any Mounjaro Facebook groups because I personally find that they are full of a lot of speculation. You can get tied up in a lot of not factual stuff. I prefer to research elsewhere, but I have looked at the Facebook groups over the last week and before making this video, and a lot of people are talking about moving over to Wegovy, which is a similar but slightly different drug, and it's still cheaper. We've talked about this a little bit over lunch, haven't we? And we are both of the opinion, and again, this is only our opinion, that cynically speaking, sorry, is someone about to... Oh, where are you going? I was just turning around. Well, I've lost my thread.
Cynically speaking,
yes, we think that the same will happen with Wegovy and Ozempic.
Everybody moves on to Wegovy and then they go, okay, we'll bump the price of that up, and everybody moves on to Ozempic and they bump the price of that up. And
why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? If you've got half the world taking it, why wouldn't you charge more? And we were saying the people who own Eli Lilly must be sitting on a pretty penny roundabout now. The other thing that worries me about changing to Wegovy is would I have to start again at 2.5 or whatever, however
I think
it
you have to have well, again, this is stuff that I've seen written about on Facebook and Instagram, which I wouldn't take with any sort of, as fact. That you have to have a washout period of nothing at all and I've seen 4, 5 and 6 weeks, and I don't know how true any of that is, and then start again at the lowest dose, I believe, of Wegovy. I don't know if you go up through the doses of that. I don't know anything about Wegovy.
It's
but
not something I know anything
I think
about.
I just wanted to mention it really for any of you who are on Mounjaro, and I'm sure you've been looking at social media, and looking at your options and stuff, but it is an option, and a lot of people seem to be going to do that who are not in a position to continue with Mounjaro but aren't anywhere near the end of their journey.
Yeah, like I said, I'm nowhere near the end. I weigh 22 stone. I weighed 25 stone when I started Mounjaro last September. I lost a stone between September and Christmas, and I've lost 2 stone since I went back on the Mounjaro in January. 2 stone in 8 months. Some people have lost 10 stone in that time, How much of it is my own fault? How much of it is me not trying hard enough? Certainly, I've said to Caroline, over the last 3 or 4, maybe 6 weeks, I've been drinking too many calories. And I don't mean alcohol, because I don't. Sorry, we're getting... People are just turning up and doing 3-point turns. I think it must be a regular 3-point turn spot.
I think he's parking.
Over the last 6 weeks, I have been drinking calories in the form of things like Biscoff frappes from McDonald's and milkshakes, where it's been so very hot, and I've gone, I want a really cold treat, and I'll have it. And I realised that I'm drinking. When I have one of those, I'm drinking 400 or 500 calories.
God, is that how much they are?
Yeah. I had a milkshake the other day from Five Guys, and it was nearly 700 calories for a
milkshake.
milkshake.
Oh my God!
You think that's the calories that I could be consuming in a main meal when I was doing calorie counting, and now I am having it in a drink. As it happens, I didn't have a meal with it, but even so, even so, I think I'm drinking calories. And whilst I am still keeping a rough tally of calories in my head, I'm not doing a scientific exact calorie count these days. And I think if I was, I would be surprised by what's slipping in.
We always say that, don't we? Is that when you don't write it down. Or
I dip in a sweet bowl at work maybe 4 or 5 times a day, and that's probably an extra 250 to 300 calories a day that I'm popping in my mouth and not thinking about because they don't count. When I was doing calorie counting and really doing it, I was on it. And if it went in my mouth, it went in my app.
Yeah, you were absolutely every single meal
Yeah.
you were in it. It's just
So I think I'd be probably surprised. I think I'm probably consuming more calories, and the Mounjaro was supposed to prevent me being able to do that. It was supposed to make me not think about dipping in the sweet bowl or having a milkshake. So I don't know quite what to do. I don't know what to think.
no, it's
Anyone who thinks it's a magic cure and that anyone who's taking it is taking the easy way out, I can tell you now from the months of varying degrees of illness that you, me and Natalie have all had.
to be fair, I've had minimal. I would say mine has been. You've had it far worse than me.
But you know, from the nausea, from the sulfur burps, Natalie suffered horrifically with the sulfur burps. It sounds like such a thing. Oh, you've got a bit of wind. It's awful. I cannot describe the vileness of the sulfur burps too. It's absolutely dreadful. And I don't know where I came in at the beginning of this, but
It's not an easy route.
it's not an easy route. It's people might go, you took the easy route. You just took the shortcut. It's not a shortcut, as it hasn't even been a shortcut for me.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be a shortcut. I was hoping it would retrain my eating habits, and if you looked at my beige lunch today, you wouldn't think it had.
You were saying about your beige lunch and retraining your eating habits.
Oh yeah, retraining my eating habits. Yes, I wanted it to do that. And I feel like it has to a certain extent, but I absolutely don't feel any level of confidence. That I've been reading a lot, and this is the downside of social media again, isn't it? In the Facebook groups that I have looked at since the price rise that was announced, people talking about how the food noise comes back again, and that was what I was always really scared of, and that's why I sort of in my head planned long term to stay on it as long as I could, which isn't really viable at the new prices. I mean, if I'm brutally honest, yes, I could afford it, but at what point does it become an unnecessary extravagance?
Okay, there's been a brief intermission, and I don't know how we're going to edit the intermission in. So we were talking about the food noise and whether your eating habits would change or whatever, weren't we?
Yes.
And whether Mounjaro had achieved that for you.
Yes. And I think we'd sort of covered that pretty much. Sorry.
I think.
And I said I was scared that I wouldn't have the option. I said that basically, whilst I could afford it, at what point does it become too much of an extravagance?
Yeah.
And I feel like it has reached the point that it is an extravagance. Because even on the lowest dose, it's now
That's it. I think
£200.
I was about to say
Yes.
that at between £200 and £300 a month, you're looking at £3,500 a year, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that correct, maths?
I think so.
£300 a month.
You're asking the wrong
If it's
person.
£300 a month, it's £3,500 a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
12 threes, 36.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
That's a huge amount of money. Huge sum of money. And I personally can't do it. So I keep moving over and then realising that I'm now out of shot.
Yeah, sure.
But it feels very weird to lean towards Caroline in a lay-by. But one of the things that I wanted to say was that I've often thought how nice it would be to be hypnotised to want different foods. So to not want to order a beige platter, or to not want to eat, to be hypnotised that what you actually really want is the fruit and the veg and the protein, and you don't want the other stuff. I would like to, when people go, I'm not really a cake person. I think if I would miss it if I knew that I was missing it, but if I was hypnotised to believe that I wasn't really a cake person, that would be huge. That would be really helpful. And then you said, I've tried hypnotism.
Yes. I went to a hypnotist locally for weight loss, probably about 20 years ago, I guess.
So what was the intention for her to achieve? To make you want different foods, or
To make me lose weight. That was the
right?
end
So she
goal.
didn't tell you what the specific of the hypnosis would be.
Yeah, she said it would turn me against things that I didn't like. Things that I did like crisps, for example. My thing is crisps. I love crisps. And she said it would train me to think about things that I liked in a different way. So pretty much what you're saying, basically. But it was, and I realised that not all hypnotism is equal, but it was hilariously bad. I think you have to be a specific type
in the first place.
Yes, I think you have to be a certain type of person who's susceptible. I think some people just aren't. She had me lie down on this, like when you go to the beauty therapist to have your facial done or whatever, like couch type thing. I was like, and she said, right, she just talked, and I think she sort of, I don't know, in like a relaxing way, I think. and we were about 10 minutes in, and she was... I honestly can't remember the specifics of what she talked about. I'll be completely honest, I can't remember the specifics. We were about 10 minutes in, and my back started to hurt. And all I could think about was, bloody hell, my back is absolutely killing me. And I couldn't take in anything of what she was saying, and I thought, I've just got to wait till she... And I kept thinking, God, surely it's
Perhaps
nearly
you
the
weren't
end.
really
Yes,
paying
possibly
attention to your
not.
hypnotist.
But are you meant to pay attention?
Are you supposed to have to?
Isn't it meant to
Are you
just
supposed to have to focus,
be
or
the
are they
thing?
supposed to take you with them? You know?
Yeah, so anyway, I'm thinking, God, I thought surely it will be the end and I can move soon. Anyway, eventually, it just went on, and I had to say to her, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to sit up because my back's absolutely killing me. And she went, oh, wait a minute, I need to bring you out of your trance slowly.
You're not in a trance, am I? Yeah.
I don't think I'm in a trance, love. You don't need
Not
to
in a
worry
trance,
about
I'm
that.
lying here in pain, yeah.
Absolutely. That was just, to me, that was just the most ridiculous thing. And clearly that never worked. And here I am on Mounjaro.
Yeah, I've often thought that, perhaps if I could get hypnotised to go, oh, I could murder an apple. Or what do you fancy for dinner? Oh, what I really want is a salad. I will eat salad, I'll eat apples, but I'm eating them because I know I should, not because I really want them. And maybe it would be nice if you could be hypnotised to really want it, and for somebody to go, do you want some cake? Oh, God, no, thanks. Oh, the very notion,
Yeah. So, yes, I'm sceptical of hypnotism, but not for everybody. If it works for you, great,
Actually, I think perhaps you have to be a more susceptible person. I think perhaps that I'm a too rebellious person in the first place. I think I might lie there going, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work.
I can't do meditation either because all I think about is my shopping list and what I've got to do, and I'm just not a person that...
Yeah, I don't think I transcend.
No, I was not a transcender. So anyway, that's where we at with the Mounjaro, and that we've both got some to take.
Yeah, got a little bit to go forward with, but like I said, I think I'm looking at 2 months till the end of my journey, unless something startling happens.
Yeah, would you consider reducing your dose or slowly with your pen? Do less clicks?
If it's already not working, I was kind of looking forward to upping my dose in the hopes that the magic was going to start working.
Yeah.
So to reduce my dose feels counter jobby.
Yeah.
Counterintuitive.
I feel like if we can sort of pull together any positives, I feel like it's given me another sort of. But come on, Caroline, let's get on with this now. Let's not play at it.
It certainly made me feel that I
some...
need to not waste those last 2 pence. So
Yeah.
I need to not drink 600 calories of milkshake.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of, that was a stupid thing to do. But it was a very hot day. We'd been out. I felt like I wanted a reward. And I
If it's only
myself.
once, it's okay. But it sounds
not.
like from what you said, you were doing it as sort
several
of...
frappes. Tammy and I went out Sunday grommet hunting, and I had an ice lolly, which an ice lolly is fine. Ice lolly is about 60 calories first thing in the morning. But then at lunchtime I had an ice cream, and in the afternoon I had another. Because it was hot and it slips down the sides and it's easily digestible. Well, that's cheating the Mounjaro, isn't it? Looking for things.
Absolutely.
Looking for calories that you can slide in regardless is cheating.
Absolutely. But maybe we'll take the positive as we're going to really knuckle down for the next couple of months and really try and shift.
If I can only have 2 more months, and I'd like to make those 2 months worthwhile.
Really count,
Yeah.
Well, I'm going away on holiday next week, and
you're going to
I think
Spain,
once I get back, only for a week. Not complaining, only for a week. Very nice.
Land of salad, Spain.
The land of salad, yes, and
seafood.
What's the word? Paella. Yes.
Is paella good for you?
We are going to an all-inclusive, which is, and there's 5 of us going. So I always think when you go on holiday with a lot of people, you end up eating and drinking more because
because you feel obliged to go for dinner because everybody else is going, and if you don't go, you'll be rude. Whereas if it was just you and Ashley, you could say, "I'm not really hungry. You hungry? No."
Yeah.
And not bother. You'll end up going because everybody, what time are we meeting for dinner? What time are we meeting for lunch? What time are we meeting for this?
But that's okay. I've been on holiday before, since I've been on Mounjaro a couple of times, and I've managed to keep it under control. I've not lost weight, but I've not put weight on, so I think once that's done, in the middle of September, knuckle down and get on with it. That's my plan.
Yeah, and like I said, if I've only got 2 months left, and I want to try and make these 2 months worthwhile.
Yeah.
So hopefully. Logically speaking, I ought to be able to lose 2 stone in 2 months.
Would you count your calories again? Would you start?
I definitely need to get back to that. Yeah, that's one of my big things. I need to get back to counting calories and not telling myself that I'm probably okay for calories today.
Yeah.
I think I told myself that the Mounjaro would make sure that I was okay, and I don't think it will. Not if I'm going to drink 600 or 700 when nobody's looking.
Well, no, that's true. You're looking.
I will look at myself. I will watch myself more closely.
It's true.
Thank you for joining us
Yes.
for this one. And like I said, you may have seen it
a
on
bit
both
chatty.
channels.
Yes.
You may have got a different edited version on one than the other.
Only much.
You do edit quite differently to me.
Do I?
Yeah, for example, I take out my laugh a lot. I don't like my laugh on people have.
Oh, what, you mean videos when we're together?
Yeah, I take out
leave
half
your-
of my laugh and
oh,
you leave me
okay.
cackling away.
I like your laugh.
See that laugh there? That it'll just be when I edit. It'll just be ha ha.
Thank you. Let us know in the comments if you're on Mounjaro what your plans are going forward.
Yeah, how this news has affected
Oh, I
you.
know the one thing I didn't talk about was the golden dose. Somebody I know who is also on Mounjaro has had success getting the final dose out of the pen. You know, that little bit that's left in, which is effectively a full dose, by using syringes that she's bought online. And I'm actually going to try that because I've done the same thing. Bought some syringes and I'm going to try that with my dose this week. So I will let you know in my next Mounjaro video how I get on with that, because obviously every mil counts now, doesn't it? Every milliliter. And that's it.
With all that said,
Thank you for watching.
we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye for now.